This episode is sponsored by Manscaped.
All right, first off, let's check in on a huge story from last week that had a lot of conflicting and totally unconfirmed information just swirling all around it. North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un and the fact that he is dead. Well, okay, turns out not dead.
Yeah.
Or that would seem to be the case.
I guess.
After various unsubstantiated reports out of Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, the U.S., and elsewhere last week, claiming that Kim had recently undergone some sort of major surgery and was either dead, functionally dead, or recovering. After all that, on Saturday, North Korean state news media released a set of photos showing Kim back in action at a ribbon-cutting event for a new fertilizer factory.
Down at the shit factory.
Yeah.
Okay, they are just photos, though. They could be Photoshop, could be old photos. I mean, look, okay, they released video footage.
Oh.
I mean,
deepfakes.
None of this footage has been seen before, so I guess he's alive. Or they found a perfect double and then deepfaked it. I don't know. But wait, it's the middle of a global pandemic and none of these people are wearing masks. Okay, but the people in the crowd, they're wearing masks though, so that's fine. Yeah, it seems like Kim Jong Un is alive. Unless this is just old unused footage that they've been keeping around in case they need to trick people into thinking that Kim Jong Un is alive when he's actually dead. It seems like a stretch, but this is North Korea we're talking about. But sad as it is to say, we're sorry to let you know that in all likelihood, it looks like Kim Jong Un lives.
Yeah, and Trump seemed to be confirming that.
He was very happy about it.
Glad my old friend Kim is doing all right. So yeah,
insane.
That's where we are. It seems that he is alive. I was the one who said this was all a bunch of bullshit and he was living.
But you said he was going to have like a big celebration when he came back. He was cutting a ribbon at a shit factory.
That's a celebration there, for all I know.
I guess.
I'm not. My finger isn't on the pulse of North Korean culture, but.
All right, so chalk this up as us being half right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I get for having a little bit of hope in the year 2020.
Yeah,
Taught me my lesson.
I learned my lesson about hope on Super Tuesday. I will never make that mistake ever again.
Cool.
Bad things happen.
To good people.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of recurring characters who will seemingly never truly be gone, it's been a bit since we checked in on Jacob Wohl, so
here we go.
Let's do that. So, yeah, last year we could barely go a week without a new treasure trove of dumb bullshit from young Jacob, but thanks to his legal troubles and his political stunts with Jack Berkman becoming more and more pathetic, haven't heard much from him in 2020. Well, this week, Right Wing Watch's Jared Holt, he tweeted this. This will catch you up. Mm-hmm. Where are they now? Jacob Wohl. After numerous failed publicity stunts and a lack of interest from the public, Jacob has launched a high-dollar OnlyFans page. There's a linked Amazon wish list with a MacBook and a tub of protein powder on it.
Okay, so in case you were somehow unaware, you're not. You know what we're talking about.
You dirty little rat.
For the people whose mom is watching with them on the couch right now, let us explain. OnlyFans is, it's like Patreon for pornography. Check your bill statements for your kids, look for it. People, mostly women, have accounts on there where you pay a certain amount of money per month to get access to photos and videos that are generally sexual in nature. So, is Jacob Wohl doing porn now? I mean, it sounds pretty ridiculous, but remember Jacob's dad, David Wohl, he did just a few months back pose shirtless for a sexy calendar with some conservative blonde woman named Breck Worsham.
Breck. Great name.
Here she is, Breck.
Breck.
She probably has an OnlyFans. I don't know. So OnlyFans, it isn't completely outside of the Wohl wheelhouse.
The Wohl house.
The Wohl house.
Jacob's Wohl house. Look, now we're not about to drop $50 because that's what it costs. We're not about to drop that kind of coin to find out what the hell Jacob Wohl is posting to OnlyFans, or any amount of money for that matter. I don't want to see it. Mm-mm. But Brandon Wardell and Jack Wagner of the Yeah But Still podcast, they did. They pulled out the old change jar. They scrounged together $50 and they went in. And long story short, according to them, quote, unfortunately, we have confirmed Jacob Wohl does not show cock or hole on his OnlyFans.
Then what's the goddamn point?
Yeah, that's not to say he doesn't show a lot of skin, though. But from the screenshots we've seen, it kind of just looks like the same sort of shirtless stuff that he constantly posts to Instagram. And yeah, like we've said before, he's pretty jacked these days.
Yeah.
No hate at all on that front. You are looking great, Jake.
Yeah.
Looking real good. just maybe cut down on the excessive use of HDR and skin smoothing in those photos.
You're still a young man. You don't need the skin smoothing.
Yeah.
The only reason that I could possibly think that he's not showing cock is that he has an incredibly small penis. Maybe even a micro penis. Because, Jacob, if your penis is of a normal or large size, I don't see why you wouldn't be showing it. So the only reason, through deductive reasoning, that I've come up with that Jacob Wohl will not show penis, and I know you're watching this, is because you have a small dick. Prove us wrong. Show the cock.
He did have one of the screenshots of his OnlyFans post that I saw. It was just a text post, and it was like, God, the crotches on underwear these days just so small, so tight. I can barely fit in there. My crotch. So he seems to be insinuating that he has a large penis. So large, in fact, that his large underwear can't contain it.
Of course. Well, the Jacob Wohl OnlyFans, it sounds like it's just a bunch of shit he would usually just post to Instagram or Telegram, i.e. shirtless photos and questionable life advice and lies. According to this Instagram story post, he's going to send a signed copy of this picture of him flexing to one of his OnlyFans subs.
Can you imagine the type of fucking psycho who would put a signed photo of Jacob Wohl on their wall?
Brandon Wardell's going to fucking get this.
Probably.
Yeah. Just post it right up in the background.
He may be the only subscriber.
So according to another Instagram story post, there are 212 people paying $50 to see Jacob's OnlyFans content. So, I mean, good for him, I guess. Or at least that's according to the picture that he posted showing his OnlyFans dashboard. It's hard to believe that there are that many people out there supporting this project, but I mean, there's no real way of seeing what that number really is.
Yeah, that's on his end. So
I have to imagine that all of those are ironic.
But $50, like, I could see it being ironic if it was like $5. It's like Jacob's Cameo account is mostly just shit posting. Mm-hmm. But $50, like, I think most ironic, that eliminates like most of the ironic subs. Mm-hmm. Unless they're like really rich. And,
it's all that gun girl. I have 10 accounts.
Oh, God. Anyways, regardless of, how many people are into this, whether we will see hole and cock on there. What's kind of sad is that Jacob launched his OnlyFans almost 2 weeks ago, and most of us are only finding out now. I mean, if this was 9 months ago when Jacob Wohl's shenanigans were keeping him constantly in the mainstream spotlight, this would be huge news.
Yes.
But the Jacob Wohl grift, it has clearly had diminishing returns. I mean, this was clear last year when his press conferences on Jack Berkman's porch gradually went from being attended by mostly journalists to being attended almost exclusively by online weirdos who showed up just to heckle him.
I wonder if he's made a bunch of dummy accounts like he did on Twitter to like subscribe to his OnlyFans and like take the hit of their cut of it just to be like, I mean, look, people are actually paying for this, guys.
Maybe.
A lot of people are really enjoying this content.
I could Photoshop this screenshot and no one would be able to say yay or nay about it. But that's hard.
But that would be disingenuous.
Yeah, I'm just going to like launder a bunch of money through myself by creating a bunch of dummy accounts.
Dad, did you sign up for my OnlyFans? I really need the boost.
You are a fan, Dad, are you not?
Yeah. Now, going back, at age 20, Jacob Wohl was all over mainstream media for his absurdly flawed attempt to frame Robert Mueller for rape. And now at 22, he's charging people $50 a month to follow him on a pornography website.
Damn.
Also, he apparently has a show on Censored.tv, a website that Gavin McInnes created last year as a video platform for himself and a bunch of other conservative weirdos who have been banned from other sites. The site's banner image features Milo Yiannopoulos, Laura Loomer, the Gingers Have Souls guy, and some other people you probably haven't even heard of. Is Baked Alaska there yet?
No.
Some say he's still roaming the streets of North Hollywood.
Yeah, who knows what he's up to.
But no Jacob Wohl on the banner.
Not even featured.
Despite having a show on the platform, Man Up with Jacob Wohl, he's apparently so irrelevant now that he's not even prominently featured on a site specifically for irrelevant content creators. And it's, it's sad.
Yeah.
You got to feel for the guy.
I wanted to check out his show on there, but you have to pay $10 a month to watch anything on Censored.tv. So I'm just not going to do it.
It's censored unless you pay the money.
Yeah. It is, apparently.
Free speech, not free, $10.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to all of them. His legal stuff, keeps getting pushed back. Understandably, pretty much everyone's legal stuff is getting pushed back right now.
Yeah. The spider has moved. It's down there now. See it?
Oh, I see the spider. Yeah, that's more of like a daddy long legs.
It's creepier when you get close to it, but yeah, it's a friendly
They're harmless.
Spider.
They
eating all the garbage that's in here.
That's our janitor.
Yes, thank you, sir, for your service.
Haven't seen nearly as many other bugs in here.
That's the thing. We could solve the big quarantine crisis with more spiders.
Mm-hmm. You hear about the murder bees? murder hornets.
Asian murder hornets.
Apparently, they're being slandered. They eat bugs. They're fine. They just look scary.
They're horrifying looking. If one bites you, it's gotta be.
But apparently, they don't attack people unless you really fuck with them.
Well, it's like most animals.
But with a name like murder hornet, I mean, they're just being set up for failure.
They're going to cause a lot more problems freaking people out than actually biting them, because imagine you see one of those things.
Terrifying.
Yeah, you're going to fall, crack your head open trying to get away from it.
I mean, yeah. I'm generally not too scared of bees, but I see one of those fuckers, I'm running, and then I'm going to get chased, because they love to chase.
You've never been swarmed. I've been swarmed.
Yeah?
I fear bees.
Yeah,
I respect them.
I can understand that.
I fear wasps.
That's how Macaulay Culkin died. So
yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. Anyways, another guy who for a while was a constant source of entertainment for us, but then gradually faded into the background, but is now back in the spotlight again, is Elon Musk. We've talked about how over the past month or so, Elon Musk has been one of the most prominent online voices saying that the coronavirus is being exaggerated and overblown, and that it's time to reopen America right fucking now. Now, of course, new cases in the U.S. have hovered at around 30,000 per day for the last month with no signs of slowing down, and polls show that the overwhelming majority of Americans think that it's too early to start allowing large gatherings of people again. So I don't know, the idea that America is in the clear to return to normal is not really based in any reality except for Elon Musk and a bunch of dudes with guns in Michigan.
Yeah.
And the entire city of Huntington Beach. Just fucking get Bugs Bunny over here with that saw and send it out.
You see the videos from today and yesterday? Insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, Musk said on a Tesla earnings call this week that shelter-in-place orders are fascist, but a more valid reason for wanting lockdown to end is that it clearly is affecting a lot of people's mental health. And that would seem to be the case for Elon Musk. This man needs to go out and do things because being cooped up is driving him insane.
He is cooped up with a woman who's literally giving birth in a matter of days.
Yeah. Do you see that? I don't know if this is true, but they were going to name their kid Influenza.
I did not see that.
It's probably fake news. I don't know. I saw it briefly, was like, that's dumb, and kept scrolling. Anyways, if you're like us and you spend way too much time on Twitter, you might be familiar with the term Meltdown May, which describes a phenomenon in which the month of May is often when people, mainly made up of verified high-follower accounts, have public meltdowns. Allegedly more so than during the other 11 months. Meltdown May is probably just confirmation bias, but Elon Musk lent validity to the idea of Meltdown May when on Friday, May 1st, he had what appeared to be a public meltdown on Twitter.com.
Yeah, right in the morning too. He started things off at 8:10 a.m. local time with, "I am selling almost all physical possessions. Will own no house." 1 minute later, he wrote, "Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion." Which that one immediately kicked off what would, by the end of the day, be a 10% dip in the company's stock share price, which is a lot. And the replies to that tweet are filled to the brim with Tesla diehards who are understandably very upset and confused about what their space daddy just did to their investment portfolios in the middle of a pandemic.
Like I said before, it's got to be embarrassing to drive a Tesla right now. If you follow Musk actively.
You would think, but a lot of these people don't have shame. Although, for some reason, this stuff on Friday, this is what made a lot of people finally be like, man, I was a fan of you for a long time.
We should ask Kevin Pereira, because he was always kind of a Musk diehard, but he realized that there was some problems with him. But I would be very interested to see what he thinks right now.
We should talk to him soon. Anyways, you may be thinking, hey, wait a minute, didn't Elon Musk already get in a bunch of trouble once before, because he tweeted out some shit that was, it very noticeably affected his company's stock price. There was a whole SEC thing. I seem to recall. And yes, and we'll get to that in a bit. But first, let's look at all the tweets that came next.
So 4 minutes after the stock price tweet, he wrote, "Now give people back their freedom," followed 11 minutes later by a string of tweets quoting the lyrics to the U.S. national anthem. A half hour later, he tweets, Rage against the dying of the light of consciousness," which is a line from a Dylan Thomas poem, but slightly misquoted. He then circled back to this tweet about selling all of his possessions, clarifying, "Just one stipulation on sale. I own Gene Wilder's old house. It cannot be torn down or lose its soul." And yes, he does apparently own Gene Wilder's old house.
Yeah, and I looked it up, and he bought it for $6.5 million, and it is a fairly modest house that just happens to be in Brentwood on a hill. And I'm like, the perfect encapsulation of everything wrong with the LA housing market. Just this $6.5 million home that's in any other city, in any other place, would cost $150K.
Yeah. Next, he replied to the selling everything tweet with, "My girlfriend Grimes is mad at me."
Yeah, I can see how she might be a little annoyed.
Elon, stop. Put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down. Oh, it's kicking.
Oh, also, he changed his profile picture to some art from the year 2000 video game Deus Ex. Very popular game, which the plot revolves around a deadly global pandemic and powerful, wealthy elites who use the virus to exert control over society. Some people seem to think that he sees himself as the protagonist of that game who's fighting against that, but people have made a pretty good, strong argument that he's actually the villain of the game. Anyways, it's all a bit odd for a guy that, many people still consider to be a very smart person. But honestly, it's pretty relatable. We've all gotten a little too drunk and or high and tweeted some off-the-wall shit. Mm-hmm. Usually not to 33 million followers, but, and we don't know if or what or anything, if he was high or drunk. This might just be pure uncut Elon. But you will recall that according to Azealia Banks, who was allegedly held hostage at Elon's house around the time of the funding secured.
But she's
an unreliable narrator.
Unreliable witness.
But according to Azealia Banks, giant grain of salt, Elon was on LSD when he did the whole funding secured thing back in August 2018.
You know the best part about the late night tweets is that the countries that really get the best Twitter are European countries and England. Because whenever we would go to England for work when we were back at Machinima, I'd be up at whatever time and be like, dude, everyone's fucking weird on Twitter.
Yeah, because everyone's tired and wasted.
It's like 2:30 in the morning in America. It's just up first thing in the morning, wow. Everyone's tweeting some shit that's going to get deleted right now.
Yeah, you catch all the tweets that they're going to wake up at 8:30 a.m. and be like,
oh God.
Yep. Bip, 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 bip.
So yes, of course you do remember the funding secured tweet. Everyone remembers that, right? Here it is. Am considering taking Tesla private at $420. Funding secured. Shareholders could either sell at $420 or hold shares and go private. Basically, he was saying Tesla had a buyer, and anyone with Tesla stock could sell it for $420 a share when the sale went through. Tesla stock was only worth around $300 a share back then, so predictably, a bunch of people purchased Tesla stock under the assumption they'd soon be able to sell it for a 40% profit. Nice! This then got Elon in trouble with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and it resulted in him losing his chairman seat at Tesla.
Yeah. Also, the funding wasn't secured.
No. It was and the funding was going to come from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
so,
it was actually a blessing in disguise that it didn't happen.
Because they killed Khashoggi after that tweet?
Yeah, like 3 months later, I think. Anyways, in Musk's settlement with the SEC, he also agreed to not do any more tweets that might affect Tesla's stock price like that unless they had been vetted by and approved by Tesla's lawyers. But it sure looks like he's done that again with this tweet about the price being too high and just, everything else on his timeline. A 10% dip in one day, that's a big dip, even for a notoriously volatile stock like Tesla. Whether this is going to get him into the same kind of trouble with the SEC as the funding secured thing did is not clear. Experts that news outlets have spoken to aren't really sure if it counts as securities fraud. But the SEC, they say they might look into whether Tesla's legal department did in fact approve the tweet.
That would be violating the agreement.
Yeah, and if it turns if they look into it and it turns out they didn't, Musk and Tesla would be in trouble for that.
Tesla's gonna he shorted his own stock because he was pissed about missing that goal, and then he's gonna buy it low again.
I mean, that could be it too.
You don't know.
Yeah.
One attorney that The Verge talked to, Steve Diamond of Santa Clara University, said that the worst circumstances for Musk would be if he were buying shares of Tesla or the company were participating in a buyback program. Though, quote, I assume neither is the case. Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Well, Professor Diamond, here's a fun little snippet from a CNBC article published Friday about furloughed Tesla employees. Employees who have received bonus pay in the form of equity or purchased shares of Tesla through its employee stock purchase plan will be able to sell some of their shares on Monday because a lockup period is ending. Two employees with knowledge of the matter told CNBC.
Oh! So, okay. Yeah, driving down the price of Tesla stock by 10%, one business day before a bunch of furloughed employees who might be short on cash have the opportunity to sell their shares back to the company. That seems like, at the very least, a bad look. Also, and yeah, potentially something that could get Elon Musk in trouble with the SEC over a tweet. Again.
Wow.
Incredible. Whatever happens, we're here for it. It is great to have crazy Elon back after so many months of peace and quiet.
Yeah.
I thought he had his shit together, and I was like, cool.
This is his one last ride before the child's born.
I mean, and I hope he follows through with living out in a van and just
running him and Grimes in one of those Airstream trailers.
Yeah.
Just going around the country, seeing the beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should make a cyber trailer.
Yes. Dude, a Tesla RV would be sick. I'm not even kidding. And I don't even care if it looks like that dumb truck.
Yeah.
An RV would actually look cool
Tesla
like that.
RV that he travels
like
from
town
to town across the country. People line up like it's fucking
the Wienermobile.
Abe Lincoln's dead body, and they line up to wave at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah.
That would be something I would be interested in buying if I had. God, it would be astronomical. A Tesla RV would be like $1 million. But my God, it would look cool. Yep. Cool.
All right.
Fucking awesome. Anyways, before we get into the headlines half of this show, this episode is sponsored by Manscaped. I was meaning to bring in my Manscaped razor to shave this mustache.
What mustache?
That's real funny, Elliot. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Flowers are blooming, mustaches are growing, so is the grass. It's time to mow your lawn. Thanks to Manscaped, you can trim the hedges below the belt safely and efficiently. Not tested on beards yet. I was going to do it. Probably works just as well, though, I'd imagine. But here we're talking about ball trimmers. Manscaped is here to make sure your balls are nice and smooth and smelling very clean. After all, it is time for some spring cleaning. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming, and they have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. Precision-engineered tools for those family jewels.
The Perfect Package 3.0 comes with the essential Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof cordless body trimmer featuring a cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents. Millions of balls are about to be nick-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant. I mean, it's getting hot outside. This is crucial to keep your balls from sticking to your leg.
It's so annoying.
And there's also the Crop Reviver, which will keep your balls smelling fresh, just like spring flowers. Subscribe to the Perfect Package and get a new replacement blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months, making sure your trimmer always stays hygienic and clean.
For a limited time, subscribers get 2 free gifts. The Shed Travel Bag valued at $39 and the patented high-performance anti-chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. It's the perfect package for your perfect package. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code WEIRD at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WEIRD at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping. Manscaped.com, code WEIRD. It is spring cleaning, baby. Time to clean those balls.
Yeah, your balls will thank you. Let's look at some headlines, starting with an update to one from last week. A lawyer dressed as the Grim Reaper is haunting Florida beaches to protest their reopening.
The footage is incredible.
I loved when he was on local news and they gave him the mic.
Yeah.
It's
here you go.
Yeah.
But I only wish he was more intimidating sounding.
Yeah.
Hi there, Grim Reaper here. Hey, it's me, the Grim Reaper. I just want to. I think it's really dumb.
I just think Ron DeSantis is being a little bit irresponsible here.
Yeah, just fucking ham it up a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Hello.
Get a voice modulator.
It is me, the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. I would like to see Jesse Ventura. Possible presidential candidate.
Yeah, too busy running for president.
Well, he hasn't officially said so, but he has a great voice for a Grim Reaper.
And everyone from Minnesota, usually goes down to spring break for Florida. So
yeah. Hello,
it's me, Jesse Ventura. I'm here to cleanse the souls of the wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another coronavirus headline. Bashir called it a prank, but Tupac Shakur really does need his unemployment check. Andy Bashir is the governor of Kentucky.
Yes,
he made a big old show. He's like, guys, look, we got to work together here. Too many people are sending in bogus unemployment claims. Like, we got this one from Tupac Shakur, who's been dead for 25 years. Come on. And then some guy's like, hey, actually, I am Tupac, and could really use that unemployment check right now.
Did the governor then get one of those giant lottery checks printed and do it like a make good?
He didn't do that, but he did call up Tupac and apologize, and Tupac was like, it's fine, man, you're under a lot of stress. It's okay, you've resolved the situation.
Sounds like 2 nice people who just, had a bad misunderstanding and, everything worked out.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Woman declared dead from coronavirus found alive in hospital mix-up, reports say.
Yeah.
They're hiding the truth.
Oh, this is like those multiple times we've talked about families who thought that a family member was dead.
Yeah, the guy's like dad in a nursing home. They were like, yeah, he's recovering. It's great. And then he was dead for like 2 weeks.
Well, no, we talked about other ones where like the hospital was like, your brother's dead. Come on in and identify the body. And they're like, yeah, that's him, but I can't really get a good look. And they're like, all right, he's dead.
Oh, before coronavirus.
Yeah. So this woman, she was listed as dead from coronavirus. This is down in Ecuador. Mm-hmm. But they mixed up the charts or something at the hospital. And they're like, come on down. Your sister's dead. Oh, you can't get too close because, it's contagious. So is that your sister? And they're like, yeah.
Think so.
And they paid for like cremation, funeral, all that. And like a month later, she wakes up from a coma and she's like,
where's my family?
Where's my family? And they're like, who are you again?
Yikes.
So yeah, they would like the funeral money back.
No. The nice woman who died got a lovely send-off from maybe a family that, she didn't have one of her own, or there's another family that's about to get real sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
But this is going back to the thing that I've said before. It's like, it's always good to die once and then come back, and then everyone like gets it all out, and then they get to say bye again. Yeah,
it's only bad like if you fake your death on accident and then you come back and you show up and people aren't stoked. They're just like,
oh, you asshole.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Because they were actually glad you were dead.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Britney Spears accidentally sets fire to home gym. One thing led to another, and I burned it down.
Sounds like a big accident. She had candles.
She revealed this just offhand in like I think it was an Instagram Live thing.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, so, I set up some candles, it's great to be back in the gym because I burned down the old one. And, she just sort of brushed over it like that. And people are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And she apparently has a long history of starting fires she loves her candles, and she forgets to blow them out when she leaves.
So many people died in the olden days this way.
Yeah.
And,
Britney Spears, she's had like 4 incidents of like
Britney
things
Spears'
burning
life,
down.
it's a tragedy more than it's a comedy. There's a lot going on.
She's been put through a lot.
Yeah. I think her dad's still her manager. And
she's not allowed to touch her money, and she's like 40 years old. It's fucked up.
And she still, like, there's some stuff going on there. She still talks in like the baby voice and stuff. I feel really bad kind of for her.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole freak out thing that everyone laughed at 12, 13 years ago, that was actually horrific.
Yeah, she had like a mental breakdown because of, pretty justifiably, I'd say.
Yeah.
So justice for Britney, but please stop using those candles. They make fake candles now.
Yeah, get the ones that just like have the thing that flickers back and forth that isn't a real flame.
You like the smell? Burn incense. You can find all sorts of flavors.
She'll figure out a way to burn something down with incense, though.
Yeah, she might.
Yeah. Miami goes 7 weeks without a murder for first time since 1957.
Hey,
cool.
And Florida wants to put an end to this?
Crazy.
Miami without a murder? Is that even Miami anymore?
No, not the Miami I remember.
No.
No.
That's not the Miami I like.
No.
I bet cocaine sales are down too.
Yeah. There you go.
Come on. Mm-hmm. We need to restart this economy. The black market economy and the normal one.
Yes, exactly. Miami needs money and murders.
Send the cartels back to work, damn it. Pence refused a mask at Mayo Clinic because he wanted to thank workers by looking them in the eye.
Yeah, and then his wife came out and was like, by the way, her name is Karen.
Yeah.
And she came out and was like, no, he wasn't aware of the mask policy. Just a visual look will say that, am I the weird one here that's not wearing a mask? But also the Mayo Clinic tweeted and then deleted, saying that they did inform him. And then the reporter...
You're the fucking head of the task force for coronavirus, and you don't understand the whole mask thing. And then there's so many...
The reporter got taken, like, he's like, you can no longer cover Mike Pence, you no longer have access.
Well, they threatened, like, legal action. There was, like, multiple conflicting stages of, like, blowback. I think the most recent one here where he's like, I wanted to look people in the eye, which... No one's eyes are covered up.
Moron.
But he's like, I get tested like 3 times a day, so obviously I don't have it. And it's like, that might be true. But still, you're in charge of the task force.
Also, could you just maybe set an example once?
That's the whole point.
Yeah. And the Mayo Clinic deleted the tweet because they were worried about like having funding taken away because of it. It's just like...
Just wear the fucking mask. God damn it.
Yeah, at this point, I think he's trying to get it so he can die and be a martyr, and then Trump can install, what's her name? Nikki Haley. That was like always the plan to like replace Pence with Nikki Haley. Now they already have the evangelical vote. They don't need him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's my thing. I think that Pence is trying to get it, die a martyr. They get Nikki Haley in.
You know, if you die of coronavirus, you go straight to heaven. So
You don't even have to put pennies in your shoes or your eyes.
Yeah.
There you go.
California city official resigns after allegedly throwing cat during Zoom meeting.
This was alinity at it again.
I know.
Oh, I can't say that word. People get fucking pissed.
No, they do.
You can't even say it.
God, you guys are going way too easy on alinity. I don't know who that is.
Nor do I care.
Yeah.
Yeah. If whoever throws cats, bad news.
Now the video footage is online.
Yeah.
And he does throw the cat. I wouldn't call it. The main thing is he's like wasted in this public city council meeting on Zoom. And he's like, well, first I want to introduce everyone to my cat. And then he's like, tosses the cat. Like it looked like the kind of toss where a cat could easily land, but you know.
Cats are very nimble.
But he still threw the cat.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like that. I wouldn't have done that. So and then he resigned because everyone's just like, what the fuck? This guy's shit-faced. And also, did he just throw his cat?
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this guy.
This is the problem with work from home is, especially after this much time, it gets very easy to justify being like, oh, what's 3 or 4 beers?
It's 9 a.m.
They can't smell my breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Zoom needs to introduce the breathalyzer.
Everyone's getting a little too comfortable working from home.
Yeah. Well, it's probably coming into an end soon, at least in a lot of states. So, but I mean, if you're in a business where you can actually work from home and you're maintaining or excelling at productivity, maybe it's time to talk to your bosses.
Yeah.
And see if you could just do that permanently, because then you'd save money on gas, car insurance. You could actually move to a place that's affordable and telecommute.
Yeah.
It's one clear path to solving some portion of the housing crisis. It is. So talk to your bosses. Take the big cigar out of their mouth.
Talk to your boss and see if work from home is for you.
Yeah. Man busted for taking his fish on a walk during pandemic. Is it like a goldfish in a bowl with wheels?
I was hoping it was on like wheels.
Yeah.
But no, he was just carrying it around.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Did you put it in a bag and attach it to a drone?
Yeah. Like.
You ever seen a fish fly?
I seen a house fly. I seen a dragonfly.
Yeah.
It's Dumbo.
But you never seen a fish
racist.
like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
$500,000 bet on rock, paper, scissors ruled invalid by Quebec court.
Okay.
Yeah, this.
Gambling's legal there, right? Sports gambling?
I
know it's legal in the UK.
I don't know. The grounds for this one, it was like, they said it was not valid because it was not like a skill-based bet or some shit. I don't fucking know. It was weird. But 2 guys did make a $500,000 bet on best of 3 rock, paper, scissors like 10 years ago, and they've been tied up in legal trouble over it for years ever since.
The judge should have just been like, hey, guilty, not guilty, or legal, not legal. Let's play rock, paper, scissors for it. Let's do it.
Let's.
Mr. Beast did his thing. I think Nate shot one.
Oh, good for him.
Not invited. We weren't invited.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
There were channels that were, in fact, smaller than us on there.
Are you serious?
Well, there's a lot of legacy channels on YouTube that have like 5 million subscribers, but they get like 20,000 views or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's so dumb on this platform that you have absolutely no respect until you have millions of subscribers, despite the fact that you're getting consistently decent views.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a bunch of channels who've gotten like big in the last 2 years who get like millions of views on their videos, but like have barely hit 1 million subs.
Yeah.
Like they're clearly like
it's got to be so aggravating for them specifically. Well, they're making plenty of money, but there is like a level of like clout that people will never be able to break through again.
Internet Comment Etiquette didn't hit 1 million until like I think less than a year ago.
Yeah.
But like you're still getting like hundreds of thousands of views on every video. But until you hit that 1 million, you're not part of the Millionaires Club.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Sad to see it.
Impossible medical first. Breast implants deflect bullet. Save Toronto woman's life, doctors say.
That doctor, a plastic surgeon. These things are crazy.
They're amazing.
But I'm the only one that can do them the way that they need to be done.
I'm not going to say it will deflect the bullet. I'm just saying it deflected this bullet. Mm-hmm. And, if you ever get shot in the bosoms without a breast implant, you're going to feel real stupid if you're not, not taking that extra step to ensure your safety.
Did a bunch of fluid leak out instead of blood?
They didn't say so, but I would think.
Yeah. Well, the good news is you just pump it back up.
Yeah.
Get out on the streets again.
The old
Not saying that she's a working woman. I'm just saying out in public again.
He'll be walking the
I'm sure
streets
they
again
look
in no
great.
time.
I'm sure they look like I'm sure they're very nice boobs.
One perfectly good and one just shooting out silicone liquid. I guess, are they liquid? No, I think
they're like
they're
jelly.
Just gel, yeah. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah.
Good for her.
Hey, babe. A lot of guns in this country. So, would hate to see you get shot in the chest and die.
Yeah.
But there's a way.
Are you convincing, is this a person convincing their wife?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dirty money piling up in LA as coronavirus cripples international money laundering.
This is actually pretty fascinating LA Times article because it explains some of the key money laundering scams happening in LA.
You can't put money through a business if you're not operating.
Yeah, so there's two main ones that are currently just sort of fucked. The one for the cartels involves the garment district in downtown, which is apparently just everything. Every business in the garment district is a scam business that's just being used to funnel pesos into Mexico for drug sales in the U.S. It basically by selling a bunch of garbage product from downtown LA to Mexico for pesos, but 10 times more than it actually is worth. The other one is even crazier. It's because Chinese people are not allowed anymore to spend large sums of money on
park the money overseas.
Yeah. So the way they figured out how to do it is the Chinese person will pay a chemical factory in China to produce a bunch of precursor chemicals for crystal meth that are then sold to Mexico. Then they manufacture the meth in Mexico.
Okay.
Then they smuggle it across into the U.S. And they sell it in the U.S. and they give whatever percentage of the proceeds in the U.S. to some associate of the original Chinese person in the U.S. and now they have it as cash. But it's the only form of money laundering I've ever heard of where drug sales are part of it and not something you're trying to get as far away from.
Yeah.
It's a key component of it.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, good to know everyone's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're turning up large sums of money all over LA right now.
Yeah.
Huge busts.
Oh, you hate to see it, don't you? Speedy Gonzales accused of stealing checks from Metro Atlanta mailboxes.
I never trusted that mouse. No, it's just a guy whose legal name is Speedy Gonzales over in Atlanta. I mean,
like Tupac Shakur. Someone was a big fan.
Yeah, a lot of fun names out there. The Speedy Gonzales guy, not speedy enough though, because, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah. And technically stealing cheese, which is a term for money.
Yeah.
Checks, money.
Cheddar.
Cheddar, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final headline, how to nab suspects while social distancing. Indian police try giant tongs.
Yeah. Are those the same ones where they have the two people that come together on someone and they can't get out of it?
No, this is someone made this. It's a custom job, but it's this giant rod with two handles where you pull one handle back and it wraps around them. It's like the if you're catching an animal sort of.
Like the noose?
Yeah, it's like
pole?
that, but it's
bigger?
mechanical tongs. But
okay.
That's how they detain someone. They can't cuff them, so they put them in the tongs and they march them in that.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
cool.
That's how you arrest people without getting the running. India, the police in India, they've been on a roll lately, innovating, coming up with new ways to,
really good at shame. They shame people very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them.
Anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Weekly Weird News. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. And if you're looking for more content to watch, we have a brand new episode of News Dump over here. Or not News Dump, technically Internet Today Daily. But we also have an episode of Tech News Day over here for you to watch. Watch both of those. We'll see you very soon for some more videos. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.